Hey everybody, it's me. It's Thor. Welcome back, those returning viewers, and welcome to everyone who's new. There's been a lot of new people. I've seen some pretty surprising growth on this channel, so thanks everyone for being here with me. And all the comments have been great. Lots of good insights and opinions and stories, and so thank you very much for that. I really do appreciate it. So if you feel like sticking around, please feel free to hit that button. I want to talk a little bit about practice and how important I think it is. Obviously, well, not obviously, but it's I think it's very important. And it's something that I take very seriously. And I'm not going to tell you how to practice. You know what I mean? I'm happy to give advice about practice, but only you can actually do the practicing. So I like to consider practicing the instrument I like to put it into two categories. There is the practice of the mechanics, okay? And then there is music. You know, yes, through the mechanics I am playing music, and I'm using music to practice my mechanics. But they're kind of two different things. You know, for instance, today I woke up, I made a coffee, I got to practicing. And I started off by playing scales, which I do often. And that changes how I play scales. I really enjoy, I like two different things. I like to have a control group, so I have certain scales that I play the same every single time. And what that does is it gets my hands having a conversation with each other, you know? And that's because, I mean, that's very important for playing the instrument, right? They have to be able to speak. So I'll play scales in order to do that. I'll also play scales to mess with my mind a little bit and give myself some more challenging things to play that maybe I've not played before. So things I have to think about as opposed to things I don't have to think about. You know, for instance, I got really into playing the sound of sevenths. Right, so one, and then going up to the seventh note of the scale. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So going 1, 7, 2, 8, 3, 9, 4, 10, and so on and so forth. It's hard. Oh, I already messed it up, see? Nope, already messed that up too. See, it's tough. So I didn't do that today. So I like to do things like that to really challenge myself, or maybe think of another path to play something. You know, something that I might play as simple as, you know, and go. So something I would normally play here. So on and so forth. So really kind of mess things around. And then the flip side of it, so I did the mechanic stuff. You know, today I just played scales, something called the Segovia scales, which I'll go into in another video. Because I really want to talk about that in length, because for me they've been very beneficial and very important. And then I practiced music. So in this case, this weekend I'm playing with an artist named Izzo Fitzroy, and she is awesome. And I'm just filling in for her guitar player. And so and I've played with her before, but refamiliarizing myself with her tunes. So, you know, these are songs that I've already figured out how to play, because I've played them a few times. But just, you know, playing along to the records, and or just playing some of the parts to a click, because this right here, metronome, is the #1 practice tool you could have. And because this right here will tell you what you're doing wrong. And I've used it a few different ways. So I'm gonna play something from Izzo right now, okay? And I'm gonna play it the easiest way with a metronome, which is just a click on all 4 beats. This has a tap tempo, so that's why I'm doing that. I hope this gets picked up. And this is a little faster, I think. So here's the tune with a click on all 4 beats. Great. So I might do that to get time, but what's better than that, I think is better than that, really makes me find a pocket hard, like a deep, deep pocket. Pocket's hard to explain, but you know it when you're sitting in it. You know what I mean? And that is putting the click on half the amount of beats. And in this case, they're just going to be hitting on beats 2 and beat 4, the backbeat. So if you imagine a drum set, snare, boom, snare, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So, didn't go. So it allows me to sit in the pocket a little bit more. So, I mean, the reason I'm talking about the ISO stuff and how I'm doing that and why I'm doing that is because that is a big part of my practice, and playing to a metronome and being cognizant not of just the mechanics of what you're doing, but how you're playing music, right? Doing one facilitates the other. So when I spend time in the morning playing scales, like, I'm thinking about all that. I'm thinking about how I'm striking the string. If I'm striking the string in time, if I'm playing it as a downstroke or an upstroke, you know, and let's, in fact, we're gonna, once again, I'm gonna bring the click to half the amount of beats. In this case, I'm gonna put it on beats 1 and 3. Scales again, here we go. You know, it's like really finding that pocket and figuring out, like, if I speed up, can I catch myself? Can I slow back down? If I slow down, can I catch myself and speed back up? So those are the things I think about when I practice. And it allows me to play more cohesively with other people. And that, again, mechanics, music. Mechanics, music. So I realize I got a little ranty about this, but I'm going to do a little bit more well thought out videos about practicing, because practice, it's just so important to me. It's important for me to be able to express myself. I know I've said this a lot in videos before, but it's everything. For me in music, if we can't express ourselves, then why are we doing it? You know, when you hear a really, really brilliant classical, like a concert violinist, you know, people always talk about in the guitar hip music world that, you know, the difference between something like rock and roll or jazz and classical is that classical is like rigid and notes on a page. Man, when you hear a true wonderful classical player playing music, even off of a page, it sounds like it's being improvised. You know, I'm a strong believer in, I think there's 2 types of music. There's music that is cerebral, that comes from the brain, and there's music that feels really good and it comes from the hips. And if you're doing it right, both of them, whether it's music from the hips or music from the brain, it comes out the same place. It comes right out of here. So if it's coming from the hips, it comes up and comes out. If it's coming from the brain, the mind, it comes down, it goes right through the heart. So the more confident you are in your mechanics, whatever they may be, however it is you play the instrument, you do it so that your music can come right out of your heart. So that's it. Again, I'll talk more about practice. Pardon my ranting, but it's just how I feel. I'm passionate. I'm a passionate guy when it comes to music. Hope you're having a great day. I'll see you again soon. And yeah, eat some good food. Take care.